Evening, everyone. It's a beautiful Wednesday evening right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to today's session. Back to school success hacks for parents and students. So I just want to welcome again each and every one of you here. I am Leonis Tusa. I am your student success coach and the founder of Shift Ed. And I help students and parents gain that clarity, confidence, and consistency, okay, as they survive the entire school term. Now, if you're a parent or a student and you're here for the very, very first time, feel free to say hello and feel free to say where you're coming from. And you can do the same thing if you have been here with me before. So thank you once again for joining me. So at this time, I just want to encourage you, share this live because you're going to be getting some hacks to help you as you go out into the new school term. Yes? So school reopens next week, Monday. That is the 8th of September. And now I know some parents and some students, they are feeling the pressure. School is reopening. And parents are wondering, some parents are wondering, how do I set my child up for success this term? How can I do that? And the students are asking themselves, or some of them are probably very nervous at this point in time. And they're thinking, can I keep up with this? Can I keep up with improving? Can I be a better student? Can I support my students, my child better? Now, the thing about it, the total truth is that success at school doesn't happen by chance. It just doesn't happen by chance. It happens when we have systems and we work with systems, when we have strategy and we work with a strategy. And tonight, this evening, I am going to share with you some of the back to school hacks. Perhaps you have been using some of them already, no problem. But success hacks that both parents and students can use right away, and you can start tomorrow. So let's get into the hacks one time. Let's get into those strategies that we can use to get us ready for back to school success. So one of the first things I would like us to start practicing is that we want to establish a routine. School is reopening next Monday. What can we do? One of the first things that we can do to help get us through and to help us to get back into the routine is to start going to bed earlier. Designate a time that you're going to go to bed for. You're going to go to bed maybe at 8 o'clock. Maybe you're going to get up at 6 o'clock. Maybe you're going to get up at 4 o'clock. But you want to ensure that you start a routine. Start practicing your sleep schedule this week. So you can start as much as from in the morning. So let's start tomorrow. Let's start tomorrow. When we go to bed at a particular time, and when we get up at another time in the morning, whether it's 8 p.m. you go to bed or 9 p.m. you go to bed, and you get up 6 or 5, whatever time you get up in the morning, what you are doing is that you are sending a message to your brain. You are sending a message to your brain saying that I am ready, I am focused, and I have energy, and I'm ready to go. So this is what you want to do. Yes, number one, start a sleep schedule. Now, the thing about it is that this schedule is very important. Why is a routine important? Why is a schedule important? You see, having a schedule, having a routine, it builds or creates discipline. Having a routine builds and or create a discipline, and discipline builds results. Let me say that again. Having a routine creates discipline, and discipline creates results. And all of us, we are looking for results. We are looking for positive results. And the thing about it, Whether you set an established time or not to go to bed, whether you're deliberate or not, you are going to reap the rewards of whatever type of routine you establish. So you have the opportunity to decide, what routine am I going to be practicing? And if you want positive results, then you need to really start working on having a routine that will give you that kind of outcome. So we're starting this routine before we go back out to school. We're not going to start next week Sunday, go to bed 8 o'clock to get up on time. No, let's start tomorrow. Okay, let's look at the second hack that I have in play here. I would have mentioned this in one of my previous lives, and we called it the power hour. All right, the power hour. You want to use the power hour. Now, basically, this is what you want to start doing. You want to spend a dedicated amount of time. You want to dedicate an hour to review your notes from last term. Yes, you want to spend at least an hour. Students, parents, you want to ensure your child spends 1 hour going through their previous notes. Let's use it as a refresher. I remember, as I don't know how many of you would have done this, and I guess a lot of us would have done that, when we got our new textbooks for the academic year, we as a family, we spent time actually papering our books together, and you found out we were reading our textbooks before we went back out to school. Hi, Ryan. Nice to have you. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So here's what. If you are going to get back into, you want to spend an hour with your notebook. You want to spend an hour reviewing your notes, and this keeps you sharp and it reduces stress once your class restarts. All right, so let's get focused where that is concerned. All right, and a third hack that you would want to try, and this is one of the things that we really want to do. We want to set 3 goals. We want to set 3 goals. What 3 goals are we going to set? Now, for some of us, we might not set 3, we may set 1. But whatever goals you set, it can be based on your academics, it could be based on your personal, or it could be based on your well-being. When you set clear goals, clear achievable goals, and you have clear intentions, you are more likely to stay consistent. You are more likely to stay consistent. The idea is, when you set your intentions, what you find happening is that you are able to eliminate some of the distractions that are around you. When you have a plan, when you have a strategy, and of course, when you have parental support, you are now able to eliminate some of the main distractions. And as you become more focused, you are going to eliminate distractions. You're going to be able to turn off the switch to maybe the television, maybe certain conversations that you're having, certain radio programs you listen to that is not very helpful at this point in time. All right? So far for our kids, our children, we have 3 hacks. All right? We have 3 hacks so far. 1, you want to start establishing a routine. Number 2, you want to practice your power hour. You use some time to study and reflect on what you would have done last term. And you want to set some goals. All right? You want to set some goals that will help keep you very focused. Now, for parents, one of the things I know for a fact is that a lot of parents mention that they do have a challenge with time. They do have a challenge with time. And what you can do, let's perhaps as parents schedule a dedicated time, whether it's just 10 minutes or 15 minutes, where you actually check in with the children. Yes, you check in with your children. You ask your child questions like, okay, how was your day? What challenges did you have? What wins did you have? And you work around that. And what this does is that it creates a safe space for your child to have a conversation with you. And it strengthens that parent and child bond so that at the end of the day, you're going to find that a family that is working together in this kind of way, they're more emotionally stable, the child is comfortable, and this whole idea of communication, it helps build the foundation for the child to keep moving forward. Now, another thing we want to do, and I mean, many of us probably already doing it already, but let's look at the space. Let's look at the environment that the student is in at home. And let's try to create a dedicated study area where the child can be free from some distraction as best as possible. You want to have encouraging words, whether I'm not saying go and buy motivational quotes, but you could work together and get some motivational quotes. I can do all things. You could use whatever belief system you have. You could use those words as guides to help you have that comfortable space. All right. Now, that's just two. One of the third thing I would really encourage, and we can always talk more about this if you are interested, is to try and support your child without over controlling. And let me explain what I mean here. One of the things you want to do is to guide your child to take responsibility, to have ownership for what they are doing at school. So instead of doing the homework for them, all right, instead of doing the homework for them, I want you to begin to ask some very important questions. Now, what are those questions? Yes, Debbie, talk more about it. Oh, hi, Douglas. I'm sorry. Okay, good, lovely. So here's what. You want to guide your child to take responsibility. So you want to ask your child, what's your plan to complete your assignment? Because you would have built that rapport with your student, your child. So you want to ask them, so, Jennifer, what's your plan for completing this assignment? In doing this, it actually builds independence and problem solving. All right. And this sets them thinking about exactly what they have to do. So again, you are building the student up so that they will take charge of their learning. All right. And again, students, you got 3 hacks. Parents, you got 3 hacks. And for your parents, you want to establish a communication. You want to ensure that you create that study environment for them. And you want to support them without over controlling what they have to do in terms of the assignments, but you prompt them with questions. All right. Now, out of all of this I've shared here with you so far, parents, students, if you are pretty much serious, and I know that you are, all right, about making the best of this academic year and to go further and to be better, I have a couple of workshops coming up very soon. I have a goal setting workshop where we ignite your potential, and it's a hands-on workshop, and it is designated and designed to help students set their goals, whether it's academic and personal goals. We work with you on establishing that so that you gain the clarity, confidence, and build consistency. And parents, this gives your child a blueprint, a roadmap to success, a roadmap to establish growth throughout the academic term. The other besides the goal setting workshop, I have the boss your day, craft a powerful study plan. Now, many times we know our students will set your goals, all right, and a part of it you need to establish also, how do I study? And I have a practical workshop again earlier this year. We would have done some workshops with the kids before, the children before, and they found that when they started crafting their day and their time, etc., they found that they had more positive outcome. They felt better about themselves. So with the boss your day, craft a powerful study plan. Again, it's a practical workshop where students learn proven time management strategies, and of course they walk away with a study plan that is geared towards them, that is geared towards, you know, that individual person. And again, to move forward a little more, I also conduct one-on-one coaching packages, and I do it with parents and the students. So if you want if you want to shift their mindset, improve confidence, build that clarity again, as more support where academics is concerned, we could always have that one-on-one session. Okay. So here's what you can do next. Here's what you can do next. If you require more details about the workshops, feel free. In the very first comment, there's a booking link there. You can always book a call there with me, and we will have a dedicated time. And in the comments, you could put workshop if you are interested in the workshop. And if you're interested about the one-on-one coaching program that I have, you could just type success when you book your time frame for us to have that conversation. And I want us to remember, as I begin to close, I don't want to take too much of your time. Success is not just about the grades. Success is just not about grades. It's not only about grades. It's about the mindset and the discipline and the support that is required. All right? Parents, you are like the anchor. You help stabilize your child. And students, you're like the captain. Yes. Oh, nice, Debbie. Very good. We're gonna talk. I can always post the link again. Wonderful. All right. And together, parent and child you all can create the growth and the wins that you like. I recall a parent saying, when I got my act together, my son got his act together. And that was one of my clients from before. So again, tonight, I want to thank you so much for being here tonight. Take time off of your busy schedule. Remember, feel free to share this live with a parent or a student who needs to hear these hacks. All right. I'll see you next week for another powerful session. And until then, I want you to start now, stay focused, and stay motivated so that you can finish strong. Let's make this academic year one to remember. So thank you once again, everybody, for joining with me. I am Leonie Tusa, your student success coach, founder of Shifted. Blessed evening.